The Martinez family reunion happened every summer at Grandma's ranch in Texas. 3 generations pretending we all got along for 72 hours straight. I sat on the porch, laptop open, debugging a critical authentication issue in our API. "There's Rachel," my sister Victoria announced to a cluster of ants. Still glued to that computer. "Some things never change." I didn't look up. Some things shouldn't. Victoria had arrived in her leased Mercedes, wearing her real estate blazer-like armor. She'd spent an hour discussing her 3 luxury home sales this quarter. "Rachel's going through a phase," Victoria told Aunt Carmen. "She dropped out of her marketing job 3 years ago to code. From her apartment. In her pajamas." "I'm a software engineer," I said, still typing. "She calls it that," Victoria laughed. "But really it's just freelance website work. No office, no colleagues, no structure." Aunt Carmen made sympathetic sounds. "Is she looking for real work?" "We keep encouraging her," Victoria said. "But millennials think they can do whatever feels good and call it a career." I was 31. Victoria was 28. Both millennials. Uncle Roberto joined them. "What kind of software?" "Apps," Victoria answered before I could. "Like games or something." "She won't explain it. Very secretive." "Mobile productivity tools," I corrected. "My company builds privacy-focused applications." "See?" Victoria gestured like I'd proven her point. "It's all vague and technical. No real business model." "We have 12 million active users," I said quietly. Victoria waved dismissively. "Anyone can get downloads. The question is revenue. Real business metrics." "We're profitable," I said. "That's nice," Victoria said in a tone that meant she didn't believe me. "But profitable like paying rent? Or profitable like startup fantasy math?" "Profitable like $43 million in revenue last year," I said. Silence for exactly 2 seconds. Then Victoria laughed loudly. 43 million. "Right. Rachel, you don't have to make up numbers." "I'm not." "Honey," Mom interrupted, "maybe we can discuss your venture another time. Today is about family. And celebrating Victoria's success." "Real success," Victoria added. "Tangible. I have an office people can visit. Business cards. A title people understand." My phone buzzed. Text from my co-founder James. "TechCrunch confirmed. Apple announcement drops tomorrow 9 a.m. You ready?" "Me ready." "James, your family's going to lose their minds." "Me, I know." I'd met James Chin 4 years ago at a startup incubator. He had a Stanford CS degree and a brilliant idea for privacy-focused productivity tools. I was a software engineer tired of corporate nonsense. We'd co-founded Privasphere together. Equal partners. 50-50 split. We'd built encrypted messaging, secure cloud storage, anonymous browsing, tools that kept user data away from big tech. Started with 5 small clients. Now we serve 12 million users globally. Last month, Apple had made an offer we couldn't refuse. My family knew none of this. "At least Victoria has structure," Uncle Roberto said. "Morning alarm, office colleagues. Rachel just stays home all day." "I wear business casual for video calls," I said. "Video calls with who?" Victoria asked. "Other people playing office?" "With clients. Partners. Investors." "Investors," Victoria repeated mockingly. "Rachel, stop with the fantasy. If you had real investors, you'd have a real office." "We have an office in Palo Alto," I said. 73 employees. More laughter. 73 employees in California, but you're in Texas? Uncle Roberto looked confused. "I'm Chief Technology Officer," I said. "I work remotely when needed. James handles operations from Palo Alto." "James," Mom repeated. "Your imaginary business partner." "He's real. He's in California." "Convenient," Victoria said. "Show us something. Business cards. Pay stubs. Anything real." I could have shown them. Press releases. Forbes articles. Bank statements. I was tired. "Tomorrow," I said. "You'll see tomorrow." Build up. That night after dinner, Victoria showed everyone photos from her office. Her desk, nameplate, conference room. Everyone applauded. I sat at the kids' table with my teenage cousins, trying not to check my phone. "Is it true you make apps?" my cousin Sophia asked. Yeah. Privacy tools. Encrypted messaging, secure storage. Stuff that keeps your data away from big tech. Sophia's eyes lit up. That's actually cool. Why does everyone act like you're unemployed? Because they don't understand it, I said. If they can't see it, it's not real to them. After dinner, Victoria cornered me in the kitchen. I wasn't trying to embarrass you, she said, though her tone suggested otherwise. I'm genuinely worried. I'm fine, Vic. Are you? From the outside it looks like you're stalling. You threw away a good job to chase some fantasy. I didn't throw anything away, I said. I made a calculated decision to build something meaningful. Meaningful doesn't pay bills, Victoria said. You could be making 6 figures at Google or Microsoft. Instead, you're burning through savings. I'm not burning through savings. Then what are you living on? Revenue from my company. Victoria sighed like I was a child. Rachel, I'm your sister. You can be honest. If you need money. I don't need money. Pride won't help when you're broke and 40, Victoria said. I have connections. I can get you interviews at real companies. I have a company, I said, setting down the dish towel. With a real partner, real employees, real revenue, and real investors. Tomorrow you'll see it. There's nothing to see, Victoria said. You're delusional. I left the kitchen. That night I barely slept, reviewing talking points with James via encrypted chat. At 8:55 a.m., I set up my laptop in Grandma's living room. At 8:58 a.m. I texted Mom. Turn on CNBC. Or watch online. Live stream starts at 9. Mom, Rachel, please stop. Come have breakfast. Me just watch. At 9 a.m. the CNBC breaking news alert appeared on screen. Revelation. The CNBC anchor spoke urgently. Breaking news this morning. Apple has announced a major acquisition in the privacy software space. The tech giant is purchasing Privasphere, a privacy-focused productivity platform, for $2.8 billion in cash and stock. I heard footsteps. Family members gathering. Privasphere, founded 4 years ago by Rachel Martinez and James Chin, has grown to 12 million users with its suite of privacy protection tools, the anchor continued. My name. On CNBC. Connected to $2.8 billion. The living room filled with relatives. The acquisition aligns with Apple's commitment to user privacy, the anchor said. Martinez, who will join Apple as Vice President of Privacy Engineering, built Privasphere after leaving corporate marketing to pursue software development. The screen showed footage of me from a tech conference speaking about data privacy. Victoria's coffee cup slipped from her hand, shattering on the floor. Mom stood frozen, hand over her mouth. Industry experts are calling it one of the most impressive startup exits of the year, the anchor continued. The deal values Privasphere at $2.8 billion, with estimated founder payouts exceeding $1 billion. Uncle Roberto's voice cracked. That's you. That's your company. I nodded. The news segment showed deal details, quotes from Apple CEO, my photo with co-founder and CTO beneath it. Victoria sat down heavily. 2.8 billion? That's real. Yes. Your little coding hobby was worth billions? It wasn't a hobby, I said quietly. It was never a hobby. Mom found her voice. Why didn't you tell us? I tried. Multiple times. Nobody wanted to listen. You said you had investors, Victoria said faintly. You said 12 million users. I thought you were lying. I wasn't lying. You just decided I was and never asked for proof. The news moved on, but nobody moved. 30 relatives stared at me. Dad appeared from the kitchen. What's happening? Why is everyone? He saw the TV. Saw my face on screen in a replay. Rachel. My company just sold to Apple, I said. For $2.8 billion. Resolution. The rest of the morning was chaos. Everyone wanted details. How it started. What I'd do next. The money. Always the money. Victoria pulled me outside. I was wrong. About everything. I dismissed your work, treated you like a failure. I'm sorry. Okay. That's it? Just okay. What do you want me to say, Vic? You spent 3 years telling me I was wasting my life. You pitted me in front of everyone. I didn't know. You didn't ask, I interrupted. You decided I was failing because I didn't work in an office like you. You never asked what I was building. What can I do? Victoria's eyes filled with tears. You can't fix 3 years of dismissal with one apology, I said. Maybe eventually we'll get past this. But not today. Mom appeared. Rachel, honey, we're so proud. How you're proud, I said. After CNBC confirmed it. Where was the pride when I told you about our first million in revenue? When I explained our Series B funding? You called it fantasy. We didn't understand, Mom said. You didn't try to understand, I corrected. Over the next week my phone exploded with messages. Victoria sent flowers. Dad sent a card claiming he always knew I was special. Aunt Carmen wanted investment advice. I ignored most of them. James and I moved to Cupertino to start at Apple. My new role came with a team of 40 engineers, a budget of $50 million, and direct reports to Apple's SVP of Software Engineering. Victoria texted asking if we could start fresh. I didn't respond. 3 months later, Apple announced a new privacy feature, built on Privasphere's technology. My name appeared in the press release as the engineering lead. Victoria sent congratulations. I archived it without responding. My family wanted me to get a real job to stop wasting time to grow up. I built a billion-dollar company instead. And when they finally understood what I'd accomplished, I'd already moved on. That's not bitterness. That's just priorities.